Hello, and welcome back to another episode. I know I always say that, but I'm welcoming you back to another episode of When She No Longer Cook For You. Here's what you do. Listen, we're in Jersey. All right, we're in Jersey, and we got my man Rino on the show. Rino actually helped me on another shoot, and so that's how I met him. And he said, I also cook. Brother has a beautiful personality. I needed to get him on the show, and I'm going to introduce him. Rino, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you so much, Marcus, for having me.
Excellent, excellent. So what are you going to throw down for us today?
Today I'll be throwing down some pulled beef sliders, barbecue sliders. I think it's an amazing dish for summertime. I'm going to be accompanying that with corn salad as well. It's going to be a Mexican style corn salad. And to freshen everything up, I'm going to be making a watermelon salad.
Yeah. You said Mexican corn, right?
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody's ever tried that. That's so different and so delicious. Listen, I'm going to get out of his way and let him do his thing. When she no longer wants to cook for you here in Jersey, Reno's going to show us what to do. People, we will be right back. Excellent.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the show. Today, my name is Rino L. De Leon, and I will be cooking with you today. I will be making some pulled beef sliders. It's an amazing food, something quick, something easy to make for the family and yourself over the summertime. All right, here we have chuck roast, approximately 3.7 pounds. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be washing the meat first. Okay. So I love to wash my meat simply with some water. You can wash it with whatever you like. If you want to wash it with some vinegar or lime, that's completely up to you. Today I'm just going to be giving it a little wash, just getting rid of all of the blood. Okay. Alrighty. And when you're looking for a piece of meat, you really want to make sure that it's very marbled. It has some fat, some meat. It's just the perfect balance to a juicy, juicy, juicy beef. Okay? What I'm going to be doing now is setting that there aside. Okay. And we're just going to pat dry the meat just to make sure that it's nice and dry. Okay? Just want to get the meat as dry as possible. Okay. All right, everyone. I'm going to get this meat ready and we'll be right back. All right, everyone, and we're back. So today we're going to be using the following seasonings. We have smoked paprika. We have some pepper, black pepper, fresh black pepper, some garlic powder. We have some onion powder. And we have some regular paprika, okay? For my base, so that all of the seasonings can stick together, I'm going to be using some yellow mustard. You guys can use whichever you like. Some people use olive oil or ketchup to also make sure everything seals together. But today I'm going to be using mustard, all right? And I'm going to be starting off with some smoked paprika. We're just going to go ahead and put about a tablespoon of paprika right in here. Okay. The smoked paprika is going to make sure that you get that smoky flavor. Because we are cooking inside today, usually this meat is made on a grill, which is the best result. So if you guys have access to a grill, please make sure you try that way. But today I have a stove and it's raining outside. So we got to work with what we got. But I'm more than happy to show you guys walk you through what I'm doing. So today I'm gonna be using black pepper as well, fresh black pepper. We're gonna use about a teaspoon or so. This is a pretty big piece of meat, so you wanna make sure that it's nice and seasoned, okay? Just gonna go ahead and put some black pepper in there. You can use as much as you want. I'm putting about a teaspoon or so. Okay. Same with the garlic powder. We're gonna add about a teaspoon or a tablespoon of garlic powder. Okay. And we have some regular paprika just for the color and for the flavor. Okay. And we have some onion powder as well. You guys can use whatever seasonings you like. I personally like my meat very seasoned. Just want to make sure you get all of those flavors in there. Okay. And of course, some salt. Salt, we're adding about the same amount. We're just going to be adding about a tablespoon of salt. Okay. And to balance out with a perfect balance, we are going to add some sugar as well. Today I'm gonna be using some light brown sugar and some cane sugar. What this is gonna do is gonna caramelize the meat as it's searing. So we're also gonna seal and sear the meat today as well. Okay. With the sugar, you also just wanna go ahead and add about, I would say maybe 2 tablespoons of sugar. Remember also that we will be using later on some barbecue sauce, and that also contains a lot of sweetness. I have the measurement in the eyes, guys, okay? Alrighty. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and mix this all together. You wanna make sure that your seasonings are actually changing color. You wanna make sure that if your meat doesn't change color, then it's not enough seasoning. So you just wanna make sure you add enough seasoning in there to get all of those flavors together. It smells amazing already. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells fantastic. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get this all mixed in and we'll be right back. Hello everyone, and we're back. Now it's time to season the meat. As I mentioned before, I'm going to be using yellow mustard to apply to the meat so all of the seasonings can stick together and we can get that amazing flavor and taste just everything that we added into our seasoning mix, okay? I'm just gonna go ahead and open this. Okay. You don't have to go too crazy with the mustard. It's just to make sure that all of the seasonings are all in there, incorporated. Okay, that should be enough. Okay. You just want to make sure that it's all the way around the meat, all over the edges, in between some nooks and crannies. You have to love the meat, guys. You have to just massage it in there. Just make sure all of that is all put together. Okay. It's up to you whether you want to cut the meat up into different pieces, into smaller pieces. I recommend that if you are making it on the barbecue, you do cut it into smaller pieces, maybe about 2 inches or so, just so the meat can cook much faster. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and add my seasonings. Don't be shy. Just go ahead and season the meat as much as you want. Just want to make sure it's going to be cooking for a period of 3 hours or so. So you just want to make sure that all of that sticks in there. If you would like to let your meat rest, I highly suggest that. But I'm impatient and I'm hungry, so today we are going to just get this going. Okay, you just want to make sure you pat it in. And notice how the color starts to change on the meat. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for that nice coating of seasonings on the meat. Just make sure you get that all around. I love getting my hands dirty. It's up to you guys whether you like using gloves or not. My grandma always cooked without any gloves and her food out came out amazing. And I feel like the flavor is in the hands. It's in the love that you put into the meat. All right. I actually came across this recipe not long ago. And shout out to all those amazing chefs out there who just teach me stuff. I've been learning about cooking from a very young age. It's always been a passion for me, and I'm honored to be able to now teach others how to do the same thing. All right, guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish seasoning this, patting on that seasonings, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, and we're back. So now that we have our meat nice and seasoned, what we're going to do is we're going to sear it, all right? You wanna sear your meat on both sides, 2 to 3 minutes, just to get that nice caramelized color. Just make sure that all the seasonings are nice and stuck on there. So what I would like you guys to do is just meet me at the stove. All right, our pot is nice and hot, ready for searing. We're just gonna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay. And we're just gonna coat the pan. You just wanna make sure that it's nice and hot. See it's smoking a little bit. I'm gonna lower the flame just a tad. Okay. And you're gonna sear your meat. And this is the sound we're looking for, everyone. That's the sound we're looking for. So we're just gonna allow the meat to sear on both sides from 2 to 3 minutes, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, our meat has been searing now for 3 minutes. It is time to flip it. We're just gonna It looks a little burnt, but it's just the sugar, guys. It's just the sugar, and this is the color that we're looking for, okay? Remember, you don't want your meat to not have any color. It's just all the flavors just in there, all right? So we're just gonna sear the other side for another 2 to 3 minutes, and we'll be right back. All right, our meat has been seared on all sides. What we're gonna do is we're gonna transfer this into the oven, but before we do that, we're just going to cut it into smaller pieces so this way the flavors can get more infused inside of the meat. All right, I'm gonna be cutting my meat, depending on how big your meat is, I'm gonna be cutting my meat into 3 different pieces. Depending how big the piece is, that also depends on how you guys would like to cut it as well. And I'm going to be transferring this into a pot. You guys can also feel free to add any fresh onions that you guys would like to add. If you want to add some white onions, red onions, just to add a little more extra flavor. Okay. And for our juices, we are going to be adding a can of Dr. Pepper, or you can use Pepsi or any type of soda that's very high in sugar, just to incorporate that flavor in there, that moisture, to incorporate the moisture in there. All right, and we're going to cover this with some aluminum foil on top. And we're gonna put it in the oven for 3 hours minimum. And we're just gonna let it sit and let it cook for as long as you can. And the more you cook it, the more tender the meat will come out. So it's up to your discretion. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. Now we have our meat all nice and seared. We have our Dr. Pepper in here, and we have our oven at 350. We are going to be cooking this for approximately 3 hours. You just want to make sure that it's nice and sealed so all of the moisture stays in there. And we're just gonna go ahead and pop this in the oven. Okay. I'm putting it on the top rack just so it can get nice and hot. Okay, guys. We're just gonna let this chill, and we're gonna move on to our next dish. All right, guys, and we're back. We are going now to be moving to our next part of our dish today. We are going to be making some Mexican-styled street corn. All right, here I have 4 corns on the cob. They have already been washed and de-haired. So what we want to do is we just want to take these. We're gonna transfer them right onto our cast iron skillet, and we're gonna make sure we get color all around the corn. We just want to have not too burnt, but also we want to get that flavor of charred in our corn, which is what makes it so special. All right, guys. And we're gonna go ahead and move over to the stove, and we'll be right back. And we're back, you guys. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add just a tiny bit of butter to our skillet, and okay, you just want to add just a little bit just to coat it. Okay, we have our heat on medium high. We're just going to go ahead and turn that to medium. And we're just gonna allow this to melt a little bit. Okay, and you're just gonna go ahead and place your corn right on the center. Okay, and that's the sound we're looking for. You wanna allow this to cook, get some color. Like I mentioned before, we're looking for that charred color on some sides of the corn. You don't have to char all of the corn, but it's very important to get that flavor, that nice color. It's what brings the diversity of the colors and the white, the yellows, and the dark browns. All right? And we're gonna let this cook for a little bit. It's gonna cook that all around. And we will be right back, you guys. All right, guys, and we're back. Our corn has been cooking for approximately 10 minutes on this skillet right here. And this is the color that you're looking for. You're looking for some charred kernels, and just like this. I added a little bit of butter, which helps a lot with the coloring. Okay. At this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take them off the stove. I'm gonna set them aside to cool off, and then we're just gonna cut off the kernels right off the cob, and we're gonna put them right back onto the skillet to finish cooking them off. And we'll be right back. And we're back, you guys. All right, our corn has been cooling off. I actually, to speed up the process, I put it in the fridge for a few minutes just to cool it off, so it's easy enough to handle. For the most part, your corn should be somewhat cooked, but I like to make sure all kernels are cooked. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna take it right off the cob, and what you wanna do is you just wanna go ahead and slice it down, just like this. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this to each of the corns, and we'll be right back. And we're back, guys. All right, so at this moment, I already have most of my corn peeled. We're just down to the last one. Just gonna go ahead and give this a nice little cut. You wanna take as much kernel as you can off. And we are going to take this and we're going to add it back onto our skillet just to finish cooking it off. Okay. Don't worry about seasonings. The seasonings will come after the corn is fully cooked. I'm dealing with sweet corn right now, so you don't have to worry about adding any sugar or anything like that. I know some people, not everyone, some people definitely likes to add a little bit of sugar just for a little extra flavor. And we'll be right back. All right, guys, and we're back on the stove. So what we're gonna do now is we are going to take a little bit of butter and we're gonna add it to our hot pan. Okay, we just want to allow that to melt. Doesn't have to be too much. I'm just gonna go ahead and add our corn in here. I'm just gonna toss that in there and just allow it to cook a little bit. Okay, we're just gonna let that sit and simmer for a bit, and we'll be right back. And we're back, you guys. All right, our corn has been cooking now for approximately 5 minutes. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna prep everything. What you're gonna need is an onion, some lime or lemon, and some cilantro. I'm just gonna go ahead and dice this onion. Okay, I'm just gonna be using half an onion today. Okay. This onion, it's a little bit more on like the spicy side, and I love it because it just adds that extra kick. Every bite has just a little bit of everything, a little onion, a little bit of that sweet corn, and that's pretty much what we're looking for. Okay. Okay, you just want to dice these, not too small, not too big. The perfect bite size. Okay. Again, I'm gonna allow my corn to cool off a little bit. It just allows the flavors to marinate much better. And you can have this actually either cold or hot. I prefer mine to be cold, but it's completely up to you guys. Okay. Generally, this corn would be called an elote. Technically, when it's on the cob, they covered it with mayo, and it's just one of those fun things that you can eat while you're at the fair, while you're just out with your family. For me, I prefer to have it off the cob. I prefer to have it off the cob just because it's easier and it's more aesthetically beautiful. Okay, here we have about 3 to 4 branches, maybe 4 or 5 of cilantro. We're just gonna dice that as well. I'm just gonna set that to the side. All right, I'm just waiting for my corn to cool off a little bit so that I can incorporate all of this, and I will show you guys what's next. We'll be right back. And we're back, you guys. Our corn has been cooling now. We have everything chopped up. We have our onions, our cilantro, our lime. Today we are going to be using crumbled goat cheese. The traditional cheese for this is cotija cheese, but I just wanted to give it a little twist, and we are going to be using some goat cheese. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add this right into my pot. This is the color that we're looking for. We're looking for that caramelized color. I'm using sweet corn, so that the sweetness of the corn just extracts itself from here and just creates that beautiful coating of from the sweetness. To this, I am going to be adding my onions. You can add as much or as little onions as you like. It's completely up to you guys. Okay, I'm just gonna add some onion on there. We're gonna add a whole lime. I'm just gonna put that in there. Okay, I'm just gonna mix this up. Get the flavors going. At this point, we are going to also be seasoning this to completion. So we're going to go ahead and add some salt. We're gonna add some pepper. Okay, we are also going to be incorporating our mayo. You can use whichever mayo you like. About 3 tablespoons of mayo. Okay, just gonna go ahead and mix this in. We're looking for every kernel to be completely covered in mayo and all that seasoning. Okay. This is also such a great dish. You can make this in advance. You can leave it in the fridge overnight and it'll taste much better the next day. This is just one of those things that the longer you let it marinate, the better it tastes. It pairs well with anything. Sandwiches, burgers, you can even have it alone in a cup. Okay, I'm gonna be adding my crumbled goat cheese. You can go as much or as little as you like as well. You wanna save some so you can garnish it at the end. Okay. And also to this, I'm gonna be adding just a little bit of cilantro. Those colors are amazing. Just a mixture of the colors itself, and just imagine how delicious this is gonna be, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and finish mixing this and we'll be right back. All right, guys, and we're back. Now that we finalized our corn and it's sitting in the fridge, I'm going to go ahead and take a moment to go check out my meat and see what the progress of our meat is, okay? We'll be right back. All right, guys, and we're back. Now that we've set our corn aside in the fridge, we are going to take a moment and we're gonna take a look at our meat and see what the progress is. Wow, I wish you guys were here. This smells fantastic. Absolutely delicious. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and take a little peek. Our meat has been cooking for approximately an hour, 15 minutes. Ooh, I wish you guys were here. All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and poke it and see what our progress has been. Okay. Beautiful. Oof, look at that, you guys. The meat is so tender. It's almost there. We're just gonna go ahead and let this continue cooking in its own juices. It is swimming in that amazing natural grease. I have not added any additional grease to any of this. This is solely based in its own juices and of course the Dr. Pepper. Okay, I'm just gonna cover this back up. We are gonna set it right back into the oven for another hour and a half, and we will be right back to see the final results. All right, guys, and we're back. So now we're gonna move on to our watermelon salad. Here I have half of a watermelon. You can either do seedless or seed in, doesn't really matter. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut a piece. Okay. And what we want to do is we just want to get it off the outside part, off the green part. There's many ways you can do this. For me, this is the easiest way, so just gonna go ahead and do that. Okay. You want to cut these into small pieces, into bite-sized pieces, just to make it much more easier to consume. And you can get every single flavor in every single bite. Okay, you just want to go ahead and do this to your whole half of the watermelon, and you're just gonna go ahead and put that in there, and we'll be right back with more. All right, guys, and we're back. So far we have our meat cooking inside of the oven. We have our corn, our Mexican corn in the fridge cooling off. And now we're going to move on to our watermelon salad, okay? As I mentioned before, this is an amazing additional side dish for any type of dish during the summertime. It's refreshing, it's sweet, it's a little salty, and it's just an overall banger. All right, so what we're gonna do now, I have chopped up my watermelon and peeled. Okay, I have here an organic cucumber. It's up to you guys if you guys want to leave the outside the peel on. I personally like to leave some of it just for some color. Just gonna go ahead and cut both sides. Okay, gonna give it a little wash. Okay, and we're just gonna peel. We're gonna peel slightly. We're just gonna leave probably like ½ inch in between. We really just want to appreciate all those colors inside of the salad. It really brings out such a beautiful contrast between the green, the red, the white of the feta. It's just like a party in your mouth. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and cut it right in half. Okay, and you want to cut these about the same size of the watermelon, so this way you can appreciate all of the flavors. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut in half and then cut in half again, depending how big you want it. I actually want them a little smaller, so I'm just gonna go ahead and guide myself through these lines that I've already made. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and give it a little chop. This is another one of those dishes that you can make ahead of time. You can leave them in the fridge and all of those flavors are going to be absorbed, and it's just super refreshing. Look how beautiful the contrast looks already. And we haven't even mixed it in yet. All right, and we have here a red onion. This is also going to, a purple onion. This is also going to add an additional color, flavor, texture, and it's gonna be so amazing. Trust me on this one. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and make very thin slices. I'm only doing half of an onion. Okay, you can do as much or as little as you like. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and add that on there. Okay. All right. Usually this recipe calls for a balsamic glaze. Unfortunately, I don't have a balsamic glaze at the moment, but you can add it at your discretion. I'm gonna go ahead, mix this in, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, and we're back. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna incorporate all of these ingredients together. Just wanna make sure that everything is nice and coated with each other. Look how beautiful this looks. Again, you can add as much cucumber as you like. I'll probably add a little more after this. You can also add some mint to this dish. Mint just gives it that refreshing flavor. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be adding much more cucumber just to get those colors going. It smells fantastic. Just a mixture of the onions with the watermelon just makes your mouth watery. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and add half of my feta cheese. You can get the whole feta, or you can get the pre-crumbled one already, depending on how big you want your feta pieces. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little more than half. I'm just gonna go ahead and mix that in. Like I mentioned before, the longer you let this marinate, the more the flavors are just gonna pop. It's gonna burst with flavor. You get a hint of that watermelon, a little salty from the feta cheese, and the fresh crunch of the cucumber. All right, guys. So we're just gonna go ahead and finish mixing this, and we're gonna transfer it to another plate, and we'll be right back. All right, you guys, and we're back. I just finished mixing and plating my salad. This is the final result of my salad. Okay, I'm now gonna put it in the fridge so it can absorb all these flavors, and then we're gonna go ahead and check on our meat. Our meat has been cooking for approximately 2 hours and a half, and we're just gonna go ahead and check that out. All right, and we're gonna head over to the stove and just check on our meat. By this time, our meat should be extremely tender. Okay. All right, guys, it's the moment of truth. I wish you guys can smell this. It smells fantastic. Now, again, this has been cooking for 2.5 hours. This is the type of dish that you don't want to rush. Just take your time, set it in, forget about it, okay? All right, now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make sure our meat is nice and tender. Look at this, you guys. No knife needed. None. The smell is fantastic. The meat is so juicy and tender. If you guys can just take a look right in here. And the juices, it's just amazing. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna allow this meat to rest for about 15 minutes. So this way it's a bit more manageable. And then we're gonna incorporate the rest of the ingredients in here, and we'll be right back. And we're back, you guys. All right, our meat is finally cooked. It is cooked to perfection. It has been resting for approximately 10 to 15 minutes, and now it's time to shred it. Honestly, you don't even need forks to break it apart. Look at this. It's just falling apart all on its own. There's just the perfect amount of fat in here. That marbling that I was telling you guys about at the beginning of the video is so important because you want to make sure that all of those juices are incorporated. That fat just gives it such an amazing, amazing texture, and it helps everything just fall apart. We just gotta go ahead and shred this up into small pieces. Okay. Once all the meat is shredded up, the next step you want to do is you want to go ahead and add your barbecue sauce. We're going to do that as soon as we're done shredding the meat. And then when we come back, I'm going to show you how to put all of this together into the perfect bite size from heaven. All right, you guys, we'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and finish shredding this up, and I'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back, you guys. It is finally time to assemble our sliders, alrighty? So the next step in all of this is going to be adding our barbecue sauce, that good stuff, right in here. You can use as much or as little as you like. Just gonna go ahead and coat everything all together. That's the sound we're looking for. The moisture, the texture. It's juicy. All the flavors are in there incorporated. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and give that a toss. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the rest of my barbecue sauce. I also have my bread. You can use whatever kind of slider bread you would like. Today I chose to use brioche bread. I feel like it's more airy and it just allows you to really get a flavor of everything that's within. Okay. All right, and here comes the assembling part. So what you want to do is you just want to go ahead and lay this down on a piece of aluminum pan, whatever. I have my oven already at 300 degrees. It's just to melt the cheese with inside. You don't want to keep it in there for too long because everything's already cooked. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and assemble our sandwiches over here. Today I'm using some Swiss cheese. You can use whatever cheese you like. I like Swiss because it has that tangy taste. It has a very cheesy taste. I love it. And just, you want to make sure you're generous with your meat. You want to make sure that this slider is small but mighty. Okay, beautiful. Okay, I'm just gonna add the cheese right on top. I love cheese, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add an extra few slices on there just to get that nice melty. Okay, and we are going to go ahead and cover this. Okay, it is up to you whether you guys would like to add any type of toppings like butter or a mix of butter and parsley together. It's completely up to you guys. Today I'm just gonna leave them as it is because I really want to appreciate just the flavor of the meat and the cheese together. We have other additions that I just want to really want my mouth to focus on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this in the oven for about probably like 5 minutes, just until the cheese is nice and melted, and we'll be right back. And we're back, you guys. All right, it is time now for my favorite part, the plating part. Everything has been finished. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab those sliders for you guys so we can put it all together. And give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, our cheese has been melted. Our brioche is nice and warm. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and make a few cuts right here. This is such a fun dish also for kids. I feel like kids will really appreciate this kind of food because they're small and they're cute. It's a great way to, just get your kids in the kitchen, get the kids learning a few things about cooking and the different flavors. Also incorporating fruits and salads for kids in a salad for kids, I think is super duper fun. The colors are extremely beautiful, and I think they'll have a really good time. Okay, so here we have our sliders. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and pair that with our Mexican corn right on the side. Okay. And our feta, cucumber, and watermelon salad. Look at how vibrant those colors look. All right, everyone. So this is our plate. Look at the beautiful colors, how fun and amazing this looks. I wish you guys were here so you can smell all of the flavors, all of the sweetness, all of the corn. It's just amazing. All right, you guys, time has come. I'm gonna go ahead and invite Marcus to come right back here and join us to taste this amazing dish. We'll be right back.
Hello, listen, we're back. We're at the end of the show. This is the best part of the show. I'm hungry. We've been behind the camera. Rino's been rocking, man. He's had this whole place smelling amazing. I know I always use the word amazing, but damn, he really had it rocking. I don't want to even talk anymore. Rino, let me have it, my brother.
Please, be my guest.
I want to try the corn first, but the corn... Oh, this is really good. That is really freaking good.
Thank you, thank you.
I gotta bite into the sliders.
Yes.
I got questions for you, but I gotta... Oh man, the bread is like toasted, right? Yo, oh. My brother, that's amazing.
Thank you, thank you.
God, dog. Yo, give me like 10 seconds. Just give me 10 seconds. That's all I ask for. Sometimes food is so good, it's evil.
Yes.
But this is evil good. This is so freaking delicious.
Yeah.
You gotta try the salad.
The salad is supposed to just kind of like just incorporate everything together, give you that refreshment.
Has a summer feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I'm glad you like it.
I love it.
Thank you, thank
I
you.
really say it on air. I love it.
Yeah, it's a little happy dance. Happy.
All right, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Okay. One thing, all jokes aside, this is amazing.
Thank you.
You know, I was telling my assistant on the way here that I knew you was gonna rock. I think they told you that on camera. That we knew you was gonna rock.
Yes.
When I first met you, your energy was there. Shout out to Chef Larry.
Shout out
for
to
bringing
Chef
us all
Larry.
together, and connecting us. I reached out to Larry. I said, Larry, man, ask you a question. Rino, when we was at the shoot, was he serious about being on? Because if he's serious about being on, I'm serious about having him on.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And, you did not disappoint.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you should be doing this full time. You got the personality, you got the look for it, you got the energy for it. It's amazing how, and you throw down.
Thank you.
Question. So, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
I was born and I came to the United States at the age of 8.
Okay.
And I've been here since then.
Tell me some of the cooking, like back home, like some of the, like, were you ever cooking when you were younger, or?
When I was younger, yes, I did have a lot of people to look up to when it came to fresh food.
Okay.
So fresh that I learned how to unalive animals and chickens and rabbits.
Nice.
How to just bring them, prepare them together. To just bring in that flavor, that country flavor.
Wow.
So that I feel like my country has a big influence on my cooking as well.
Okay. You came in when you were 8.
I did.
Wow. I'm gonna jump into the question I always ask. What's the one thing that to this day you have challenges with making? Is there one meal that you're like, I want to kind of master that, but I'm not?
Yes, there is this one meal. I can't seem to get my oxtails right.
Okay. See, with oxtails, they're so damn expensive these days. You better get them right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't know. They're expensive, and they also you got to learn how to just grab the good amount of meat with the fat, and I'm still navigating through that kind of stuff.
I just discovered something. That watermelon with the sweet corn. Look at me. I just discovered something dope. That watermelon and the sweet corn also hit very well. They go together. Who inspired you to cook?
Myself.
Okay.
I've been on my own since the age of 17.
Okay.
So I had to grow up fairly fast.
Okay.
And I have to say the Food Network was my #1 teacher.
Gotcha,
I really
gotcha,
looked up
okay.
to chefs like Rachel Ray, Gordon Ramsay, and many other chefs that just influenced me to, try new things. Now with the internet, there's so many ideas out there, so I feel it's only right if I try them.
Now let me ask you, and be honest with me.
Yeah.
Did you think you was gonna ace this?
How's-
You need to go on and do it, damn it. Did you think like
I'm not even gonna lie. I knew I was gonna do pretty well.
and I knew you was too.
Because you believed in me so
I
much.
knew you was
You
too.
just gave me that. You gave me that extra confidence that I needed, and thank you so much
Listen,
for that.
I'm proud of you. I still got more questions, but I just wanted to let you know I'm proud of you. Is this easy to do? This meal, can anybody just throw this together?
Absolutely, I think this is a great meal. If you want to incorporate things with the kids,
Okay.
as I said before, it's super fun, super colorful, and it's very easy to make. As you see, I didn't really require much being on the stove, so it's perfect. Like if you want to spend some time with your kids,
Yeah.
and you just want to make sure that dinner gets done.
This is the sliders, yeah.
Yeah, this is an amazing way to spend time with the family and just being able to do different things at the same time.
Okay. Even with the meat, the pot.
Yeah, it's beef.
Beef, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That took a while, but it was so worth it. Like even when we, you gotta understand it. It took a minute, but some things are worth it. The way it pulled apart, and there was so many things happening that you guys didn't see. The smell and just everything. I mean, it was just phenomenal. Even when he was doing the corn, that had its own flavor. That watermelon he cut open, then the watermelon came and swooped in and took over. So it was so many things going on. What would you say to like somebody who wants to get into cooking, or what would you say to them? Just get out there and just try it?
Absolutely. Just go ahead and grab the ingredients, and once you start putting it together, you're gonna see, and it grows and it flows. As long as you have the right ingredients and the wanting to do it, the passion.
Yeah.
I think it's an amazing thing, amazing hobby actually to adopt.
Well, listen, you did an amazing job.
Thank you.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you so
You
much.
did your damn thing. I want to get you back on the show
Absolutely.
because I got a feeling, like 3 years from now, 2 years from now, you're gonna have your own thing going on, and you're not gonna know me.
Then good.
So I
Yes,
need to
yes.
get you, and you're saying yes, like yeah, I'm not gonna know you.
No, yes, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna shout him out.
No, but all jokes aside, my brother, I appreciate
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
I want you back on.
Absolutely.
Our platform is your platform when you want to do this again.
Thank you.
Rock,
Thank you.
I appreciate you walking us through this every single step. It was phenomenal, and this is the finished product, and it's the truth. I know you people can't smell it, you can't taste it, but this is the effing truth. So, on that note, we're going to call it a night. When she no longer wants to cook for you, Rino, Jersey showed us what to do. Have a good night.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
Have a good night,
Good
everyone.
job, man.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, y'all.
Thank you.